Hello. Okay, it's been a while. Like 3 or 4 months. I don't remember actually. It's been a while. Oops. You probably have a lot of questions. Like, why? Why is there a bunny talking to me? I don't know you. Yeah, I don't know. I made a VTuber avatar just like for fun, I guess. I made it though, and yeah, congratulations, me. Good job. It could be better. The eyes are kind of broken. I don't have a very good computer, so I can't do a lot with it. And I'm not good at rigging, and I want to pay someone else to rig it for me, but I am poor, so if you could share this video, give me more money, and then I can get a better computer and pay someone to rig my avatar for me because I want money, please. Thank you. Anyways, I'm doing a challenge today. You know that grayscale challenge? I'm very late for this challenge, I'm sorry. But you know that grayscale challenge? Yeah, that's what I'm doing today. Anyways, if you don't know what the challenge is, basically you take a color palette and you color something while your screen is switched to grayscale, which means you can't see any colors that you're using. And the general idea seems to be, can you make any drawing look good as long as the values make sense? Theoretically, you should be able to take any random colors and make a drawing that actually looks decent as long as the values are correct. So that's what I'm gonna try and do today, but I've seen a lot of videos of people do this, and there's always complaints in the comments saying like, oh, well, you used a palette generator, so of course the colors are gonna look good together. And like, oh, you already knew the colors you were gonna use beforehand. And you know what? I think those are some good points actually. I think the issue is that people who usually are doing the challenge are not doing it for the reason that everyone seems to agree they should be doing it, which is, you know, what I've already explained, that you're trying to pick any random colors and make it work simply because the values make sense and not necessarily because the colors go together anyways. So, I did my very best to do this challenge in a way that no one could complain about the colors already matching or me already knowing what colors I was going to be using. And don't start with the argument that I could see the color codes. I specifically used a color palette generator thing that did not show the names of the colors. It shows the codes. I don't think there's one that exists that doesn't show the hex codes. I don't know what you want me to do about that, and I don't know how to read those anyways. I don't know who does know how to read those. So, no, I couldn't tell what color I was picking based off the codes. So, shut up. Okay, so getting on to the actual challenge, as you can see at the beginning, I did know what colors I was using, and the reason for this is because at first, I was originally just planning on doing this challenge the way everyone does it. That's when I came to the conclusion that no, you know, all the people who are complaining about already knowing the colors and all that stuff, they were right. Because it's not as interesting when you already know the colors you're using. So at the beginning, I'm just doing it the way everyone else did it. You can actually still see the color I was using in the corner. And for some reason, it took me forever to realize I could just click off the tab and then I couldn't see the color anymore. You can see I tried doing that thing where I like mix the colors to maybe try and confuse myself a little. You know, people, they pick their colors and then they mix it and then they pick from the mix of the colors. But I was losing the yellow and I don't have the same tools other people use. So I gave up and I just had them one color next to another. At this point, I also didn't realize how to make my whole screen black and white. I was being silly. So instead, I looked up a video on YouTube explaining how to go into Photoshop and look, I'm not gonna try and explain it. I already forgot. But there's not a lot to say about this process, so I'll just let the speed paint play. And here we go. I actually like it. It's kind of weird, but it's not bad. But we're not done. Because, as I already explained, this is when I decided, no, I need to take it a step further. This is when I learned how to turn my entire screen to grayscale in my settings. This way I could pick colors without seeing the colors I was picking. And at this point I was still picking entire color palette, which, you know, that was one of the arguments, is that, well, you're picking a color palette and they're gonna go together. The colors are gonna go together. It's gonna be cohesive. So that kind of defeats the purpose. But that's what I did. So what I did this time was I just made sure I picked a palette purely based off the variety of values. I was very excited to turn off the grayscale and see what the result would be. But when I did turn off the grayscale, I was not happy with this. The color palette was cohesive, of course, but that wasn't the point. It was several shades of the same doo-doo brown color. Why? I was hoping for something dramatic and colorful, so this result was, it was disappointing, to say the least. So I did another drawing. So I started this new drawing not only because of how unhappy I was with the last drawing, but also because, you know, I wanted to go a step further, make sure the colors would be different and not a scale of different values of the same exact hue. So what I did this time is I would pick a dark color from one palette, and then I would generate a new palette and pick a lighter color. And I just kept doing that until I had shadows and midtones and highlights, and that's the palette I used. So it should be totally random colors. They shouldn't be cohesive necessarily, because I didn't pick an actual palette with colors that were made to go together. And by the end, someone explained to me how I ended up with nearly the exact same doo-doo brown color palette as before. I'm baffled. I wasn't crazy about this drawing anyways, so I guess it's fine. But I couldn't end the video like this. I just wasn't happy with the result, so I made another drawing. So I did the exact same thing as last time because I feel like that's the best way to get a random color palette, although it went horribly last time. But I figured that it was just a weird one-off thing and I would be able to get a more diverse palette this time. I made the actual drawing less detailed and worked more loosely because I was taking way too long to make these drawings. I think the longer I worked on this, the more tired I got. So I was like, just work loosely. Don't worry that much. And I think that it was for the best that I did that, because look at the result. I'm so disappointed. It hurts my eyes. It hurts to look at. I mean, it's a different issue than it was last time. This time the colors are just so random and they look so bad together. Like, I thought this drawing was going so well and it looked so good when it was in black and white. And then as soon as I go back to color, And even though I don't like this final result, I think it's okay, because this is when I decided I was able to answer the question, can you make any drawing look good as long as the values make sense? My answer is yes. If the colors go together anyways, then yeah, it seems you can. But that's pretty much the only reason that it's gonna look any good. If the colors don't match, or if they're really muddy and just gross, it's not gonna look good. But we're not done. I made another drawing. This time I wasn't focused on the point of the challenge. I wasn't focused on picking random colors. I just wanted to make a nice looking drawing. So I picked a palette that I thought looked nice. And the challenge this time, if you can even call it one, was just to draw the picture in grayscale and focus on values. And there we go, a nice drawing to end the video with. I'm tired. This video has been my Christmas gift to you after being gone for so long. Your Christmas gift to me could be liking and subscribing and sharing this video so more people watch it, and so the YouTube algorithm is nice to me, and so I can make some money. Or you could go to my Instagram or my Twitter or whatever and commission me. Listen, I'm a college student. I need money. Help!